We are rolling on the 100th episode of the Boxing Life podcast.
Get in.
Mr. Holmes, what about that, mate?
I'm honoured to be on the 100th episode.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring you on as a guest. You know, you've been on probably another...
I've been on about 5 now, haven't I?
Been on about 90 of them. No, I don't even know. Probably not that many. You've been on probably about 80, 85, 80 of them. Been on most of them. The majority is the co-host. It's class. It's really good doing these. Actually, we've seen this is the 100th episode. That's a bit of a lie. Well, it's a fucking lie. We've done a few more. There's been a couple where it's been...
Some have been 2x rated, haven't they, to make it?
Yeah. Well, some of them were the Boxing Man trainers. I never classed them as episodes, even though they were. But we've done a couple where, when we first start doing the podcast, it's a hobby. It still is a hobby, but now we understand we've got to be more professional. We've got a bigger following, and more people are listening to us, and a bigger influence now than we ever were. So when we first started doing it, back in 2015, 2016, it was like, Glenn, come to mine, bring some drink, we'll get drunk, we'll do a podcast, we'll talk shit for a bit. And we did that, and we had a right laugh, which we still do now. But we had to delete a few of them.
Yeah, we had to delete a few, yeah.
We can't really put these up.
Which was the first episode that you had to delete? Was it Steve?
No, it was Paul Kane. Paul Kane come, and we had to delete that. He's crazy, talking about sniffing cocaine off prostitutes in Las Vegas, that sort of stuff, which was a great topic. And people listening to this now...
It's a great topic.
People listening to this now, they might be thinking, well, why did you delete that? You know, it's all good. But yeah, we had to delete it. I had people send us direct messages saying, Tony, my kid listens to your podcast, and I heard this. You can't have that. Yeah. So,
but he just like takes stuff and just starts talking about random stuff, doesn't he? He's off his head.
Yeah.
Don't think we'll be having him on again.
No, but he was so funny. I remember one thing that he said. He said, Tony, Glenn, can I ask you a question? I went, yeah. He went, have you ever flung a dwarf off a hot air balloon?
Oh yeah, that was a belter. That
I was like, what? So yeah. Anyway, so this is like episodes like that. We've got to really.
Have you ever thrown a dwarf out of a hot air balloon?
Just so randomly, but we were drunk, so we had to delete that episode. You know, but yeah, but yes. So now the 100th episode, and it's been a long time coming. Now we've got Now we've got a new producer, Mr. Brandon Reese, behind the camera, behind the mics, and he's got his own podcast called the Bus Driver Experience, and I was a guest on that podcast. That's how I got to meet him, and it was funny because he started off. He said he calls himself, "I'm the bus guy," right? So I told a little story at the start of this.
Do you know what? Just first, before you tell the story, first thing that comes into my head when you say the bus guy and talks about buses and all that, I just think of in between is bus wankers.
Oh, the bus wankers, yeah.
That's the first thing I think. Like bus driver.
Well, the first thing that popped into my head was a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple of months ago now, one of my friends from back home sent me a news link article of a lad who we went to school with, was in the news because he got arrested because he was touching himself on the back of a bus.
And it was someone you knew?
Someone I knew. He was in my form at school, and he got arrested for touching himself on the back of the bus.
So how do we hear that story? You have to go. It's on his podcast.
Yeah, it's on his podcast. Well, so basically this is the story. Like, he's the bus guy, and I was thinking, but as you keep saying, I'm not that bus guy. He's not that bus guy.
Yeah.
You know, imagine that.
Did you see it?
No, I mean, I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there?
No, I wasn't there. I seen him on the back of the bus. But imagine that, though.
Imagine how hammered he'd get if we got caught doing that.
But imagine how horny you must be to touch yourself on the back of a bus.
I know.
Talking about these...
Come on, mate, sort it out.
Talking about X-rated podcasts, this is kind of going that way now, isn't it?
No.
But
anyway, let's move on. What are we going to talk about? This is the 100th episode. We've had we've had more and more people listening every episode over the last 100 episodes.
Right.
It's been a good while since the 99th episode. We've talked about doing this episode for a long time.
Yeah,
what can people expect out of this hour or two of podcast?
We've got a few question answers, but we'll get to them at the end. I've put a thing on Instagram saying ask us questions with a voice note, so there might be some funny ones of them, so that'll be good. But I mean, the podcast is boxing and life. Obviously, we talk a lot about boxing, but this episode I want to talk more about life and about things that's been going on. Like, a lot is happening. You know, our everyday life, day to day right now, to us it's pretty normal, like, because we've been in it. But like, from the outside looking in, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that we'll get up to.
So go on, what have you been up to? Like, what? What's been going on?
When was the last podcast?
Well, summer's started since the last podcast. So how would you like assess your summer? Like what's been going on this summer?
I've been to Las Vegas for 3 weeks with Robbie Williams, and yeah, I've been spending a lot of time with Robbie Williams. Now I know that I shouldn't name drop, right? Name dropping's not good. It's not fun. You look a bit of a dick if you name drop. Chris Hemsworth told me that. Yeah, that was a joke. That was one of Robbie's jokes he was on the.
Like straight in, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was name dropping straight away.
No, but that's his joke. His joke is like, I was at Bono's house and I shouldn't name drop.
Yeah.
Prince Charles told me that.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd use that. Didn't really work. Didn't really go down well. But yeah, so we were there for 3 weeks and I had a great time training Robbie and then being there. You come out a couple of times. We had a great laugh and a great time as well.
Yeah. So I come out for the first 3 days of the 3-week residency. He was doing a residency in Las Vegas at the Wynn Hotel, which is like one of the top hotels in Vegas. It's next level.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So Tony was out there every day training him for 3 weeks. I went out for the first 3 days and the last 4 days. So I went out for 3 days, came back to LA for a couple of weeks, and then went out again for the last 3 or 4 days to help out with the training and stuff. But let's tell people a little bit about that first 3 days, because it was the first day was the night that Tyson Fury fought in Vegas for the first time. So it was really weird because we went out and it was like the first day going out with Robbie and all that, and then as soon as we landed we were straight to the MGM and you went into Tyson Fury's dressing room with Robbie.
Yeah.
Right, like about 40 minutes before he fought, right?
Yeah,
less than an hour before. It was all wrapped up and all that. So I was all that.
Yeah,
There's a couple of videos on YouTube.
Yeah, so we flew straight in. We flew with Robbie. We met him at the airport in LA. Flew in, went straight for from there, straight to backstage with Tyson Fury. I've never seen Tyson Fury for probably 10 years now. He was on the amateur boxing team with us.
Yeah.
He was on the B team, which people get surprised.
Yeah.
Because David Price was on the A team. David
Yeah.
Price beat him in the amateurs. He was a lot older.
Just speaking of that real quick, like a few people have asked me about Fury. People ask me in the gym about him a lot, and it's really interesting because I feel like the first few fights of his career, like when he was coming up, no one really considered him that good.
I think.
And he had a couple of hard fights like at British level, and
yeah,
it wasn't. But no one was like, this guy's like amazing.
Yeah, he's got better.
He was deep, but yeah, he just decided like, right, I'm just going to be amazing and start working on being a slick fighter.
Well, he didn't just decide. He didn't just decide.
But his style, no, but I think his style changed a lot.
Yeah.
Like now he's just like, you know, he's become like a different kind of fighter. He's like way slicker and he's just smashing it.
Yeah. So he was a great, phenomenal amateur. He won like a world silver medal in the juniors, I think. But he had a lot of good fights, and he was fighting good opponents. And he was promoted by Mick Hennessy on what network was it?
It's like Channel 5, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he did well, and now he's flying. Now he's better than ever. You know, I think with what they see with heavyweight boxers is they get better as they get older. You know.
Yeah.
So he's still young. He's still like 30.
Yeah.
Or 31, he might be.
Yeah.
So he's still young. So he's got, you know, a lot ahead of him. So yeah, we went backstage, went in there, seen Tyson, seen Hosey Burton and a few other fighters. Seen Ricky Hatton.
Billy Joe Saunders.
Billy Joe Saunders was great to see him because he was at my Olympic teammate.
Yeah.
Now world champion. So it was great to see him and spend some time with Billy. Yeah, it was great. And then going watching the fight sitting ringside.
That whole process for me was really surreal. Like just getting driven to the MGM backstage, getting ushered in and all that. And you know when you're watching a fight and then they do like the such a body's arriving, like such a celebrity's arriving, or this fight, the fighter walking in and all that kind of stuff. It felt like I was part of that because it was like we all walked in together. There was like you, Robbie, and his manager and video guy. There was like 4 or 5 of us, I think, but it wasn't a lot of us. And we all walked in, and I think we all had like the shades on and that from the sun. Yeah. And then it's like the minute that we walked into the arena, it was like, TalkSport, Robbie, can we get a prediction for the fight and all this? And I'm just stood there kind of in the background like, this is mad, this. Yeah. It's off its head. And then we walked around the corner, and then it was like, all right, here's Tyson's dressing room. I'm going to go in. And then it was, the security guy was like, oh, just 2 right now. Just he only wants 2 of you going in. So you and Robbie went in. And then me and Robbie's manager Michael and his video guy Leo were sat outside and waited for you to come back out, and then like we sat down for a minute, and then we've been there like 1 minute, and then Gordon Ramsay comes bouncing out the dressing room, and like comes right up to the three of us. He's like, "Hey, how's it going, boys? Like, it's great to see you," and like shaking our hands, and he's like, "How you been?" and all this, and I'm thinking, I've never met him, and like I'm a massive fan of Ramsay. I love his TV shows. He's like, yeah, he's amazing. I love him, and but he just come up to us and he was like shaking around. He's like, "Oh, how you been?" and all this, like chatting to me like he knew me and all that. Class. I was like, "What is going on here?" Like, we've been there 2 minutes. Yeah, it was off its head.
Yeah, such a great experience. I mean, the full Vegas trip was a great experience.
Yeah.
And, being hanging with Robbie, I mean, it's great. He's a great fella, you know, and being at his shows and working with him and working with the team. He's got a great team. And
yeah.
Someone asked me about what is it with Robbie that's so successful? Why do you think he's so successful? And obviously he's ridiculously talented, like fucking ridiculous. When he gets on that stage and he opens his mouth, it's just like, what?
Yeah,
like a different person. You've seen that. I know you've been around musicians for a long time, but like when he opens his mouth, I'm like, whoa, he's really good.
Yeah.
And then
it's just natural to him now. Like he's been doing it for so long. It's just like
so that he's got that, the talent, you know, first and foremost. But then the team he's got around him.
Yeah.
His manager, Michael.
That's a great point.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The people who he's got around him, Carl, his drummer, who's amazing, and he's just got amazing people around him, an amazing team.
It's definitely a family feel, and that's like a huge part of everything. Like you see people who are successful, it's easy to neglect like the team and the family and the support system they've got around them. It's like a professional family, innit?
Yeah.
And speaking of that, like every night before they played, like right before they go on stage, like you know about this, but like the huddle.
Yeah.
There's like a big arm in arm huddle backstage, and it's like 2 minutes before they're about to go on. They all get around, arms around each other, and you kind of prepared me a little bit for this, because the first show, I was back in LA, and you said, "Oh, we got in this big huddle," and you had me do this like motivational speech.
Right.
I was like, "What? That's mad."
So let me just set a scene. So now we're in a huddle. Like everyone's got their arms around each other. There's about 30 people there.
Dancers, management, like
the
road
band,
crew, security, the band, everyone.
Like, everyone's there in a huddle. And then Robbie's like, "You know, we're doing really well, and you should watch his vlogs. It's all on the vlogs on Vloggy Williams on YouTube." And I said, "All right." So we've been in Vegas now. We're kicking ass. This is great. They'll say, words of inspiration have never been so important right now. Yeah. And we've brought someone along for the words of inspiration. And I'm thinking, like, who they brought along? And it's like, Tony, come on, give us the words. I went, shit myself. And it's really funny and it's great. Yeah, so it's like a team, family thing that they've got going on. Yeah. It's really good.
It gives them a little boost before they went on stage.
Yeah.
So I come out for, I think, the last 2 shows of the residency, right?
Then they got you. It was class.
And I'm in this huddle, and I'm half expecting it a little bit.
I would tell you were by your answer.
Yeah. And then get in this huddle, and I'm thinking, right, I'm probably going to have to say something in a minute. So he did the same, and he's like, "Oh, I brought someone in to give us this final push for his last 2 shows in Vegas. Glenn, what have you got?" And I was like, shit. And
you did all right, though.
Yeah. But what I didn't expect is that for every single person there to repeat every word back. Yeah. So I went, "All right, everyone." And then it went, "All right, everyone." And I was like, class. Shit. And I went, and then everyone went, and I'm like, oh no, they're gonna repeat everything. But it was class. And what I found out after, on the vlog, he had Jose Mourinho doing it, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was like just a couple of weeks ago, Jose Mourinho's there doing it, and then I'm doing it.
Well, they had Jordan Pickford doing it as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what was mad on the last night when Robbie played? I think it was the last night. I'm sure it was the last night. Yeah. So he comes down from the top on a what's called a crane thing, comes down and starts singing, right? But the curtain drops, then he comes down. So we're in the arena and the crowd's all there, everyone's gone mental because they just announced his name and all that. The curtain drops and then there's a big earthquake.
Oh yeah, that was mad. That
it was horrible. People's running out, didn't know whether the show was going to start, what was happening. The security, everyone's looking around, looking nervous and all that. And then Robbie's like, fuck it.
He's hanging from the ceiling in this fucking box.
And then there's the earthquake, and and then they just done the show and they fucking killed it. The show was amazing, you know.
They rolled with it really well.
Yeah.
I was just stood off to the side on to this.
Oh, you were there, man, weren't you?
That's right. And I'd only had like a glass of wine before they played. That was the show that I did the speech.
Was it?
So I did
that's strong.
And then we went in, and then I'm stood there, and like the show's starting, I can see him coming down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I felt really dizzy. Everything's like spinning. And I'm like, whoa, this wine's gone to my head.
Mad, wasn't it?
I'm not that blooded. I've only had one glass of wine. And then I looked up, and the speaker was just like, I'm like, so shit, there's an earthquake happening right as they started the show.
So scary.
Yeah. And then as soon as they finished, that's all everyone was talking about. Right? Like, you feel like earthquake.
But
and
yeah,
so the
Vegas trip was amazing. You know, when we did the last podcast, we told some stories about Ubers, right?
Yeah.
This is one of the most the feedback I've getting from a podcast in a long time.
About
people
Ubers.
loving the Uber story. People
you cannot beat a good Uber story, though, can you?
But like Uber is a car sharing service where. In fact, I'm not going to explain what Uber is.
Do we need to explain what Uber is?
But people in
if you
England,
don't know what Uber is and you're listening to this, like, what are you doing?
People in England don't really use Uber. You know,
I think they do.
In Sunderland, when I was there last year, and ordered the Uber, and it's like there's one car, and it's like 50,
like 10 miles away,
like 15 mile away, and you're like, fucking, I've got to wait 20 minutes for Uber.
I think in England it's more like cities, isn't it? Like London, like Manchester, big cities. It's there, but
so
like
we told
smaller towns like where we're from, it's not as.
So we told some great stories on the last podcast about like when I got kicked out of Uber, when Glenn got kicked out of Uber. Yeah. Should go back and listen to that. That was a funny episode.
Yeah.
And
don't fart in an Uber, you'll get kicked out.
Well, it's funny you should say that. So I went go-karting before, well, when was it? A few months ago, and it was a 60-minute drive away, and I thought, I'm not driving 60 minutes. I'm going to get an Uber, you know, and work while I'm on the way. So I was on my way, and this Uber driver, he was about 70-year-old. He was a Chinese man. He kept farting. Mate, it was fucking.
He was farting.
He was disgusting. He kept farting in the car.
Straight away, bad review.
Yeah, I did. I left him a bad review, and as well, he's a Chinese fella. His navigation was in Chinese, and it was loud as fuck. whatever. I can't speak that. But yeah, it was really, really loud, and his driving was terrible. No, I'm not doing it again.
Chinese. Go on.
I could be racist. I don't know if it's racist or not, but yeah, and it was a nightmare. A full hour in that.
It stunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Lyft now, I get Lyfts, not Ubers. It's a different service because I get points on my American Express card. So, and I'm using Ubers tons. Well, Lyfts are tons. So they do a thing where it's $14 a month now when you get.
I've found that Lyft is slower than Uber though.
It is.
I tried to do it because I've got the same Amex as well, and I've tried to use Lyft more, and every time I go on, it's like 10 minutes for a car.
I'm used to it now. It's not.
I can't be asked.
It's because you live in the ghetto, mate, and they want to drive around where you live.
Yeah, Playa del Rey, real shithole, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, it's $14 a month now, and you get 10% off your rides, which works out well in the long run.
Does Lyft exist in England? For anyone listening,
I don't know.
In England, I wonder if Lyft exists there yet.
I was listening to a podcast with a owner of Lyft on, and it was really, really good. It's how did you make this or something? That big podcast, and it's really interesting. Like because the went away investor. I think it was before Uber. I don't know which one was first. We think Uber because that was the one who got the most popular, but they went to investors. I think they went to 7 investors in Silicon Valley, asking for investments, and it was like, what's going to happen is people's going to use their cars and drive you around, and you know the investors like, not a chance. I'm not going to get in a car with a stranger, and let them drive us and pay them.
Yeah.
And now I'm safer now putting my wife and kids into an Uber than a taxi.
Yeah.
Because
it's mad. Like, think of this 10 years ago, right? If you'd have said you're going to get in a car with a stranger to get around, you're going to go in a stranger's home as somewhere to stay when you're in a different city.
Yeah.
And you're going to rent, Airbnb. And you can rent a car off a stranger you don't know as well and just drive it for the weekend.
Mad, isn't it?
And it's just like, what? Not a chance is that going to happen.
And now it's huge
now
business.
It's abnormal to think of like
anything else.
Not that, yeah.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed what young Uber drivers are doing now is being on the phone, which is mad. You know, we've spoke a lot on this podcast about phone addiction, social media addiction, which is a huge problem. I love talking about that as well. But what I'm seeing with these young Uber drivers, I don't know if you've noticed this, when they pull up at the traffic lights, they'll get the phone and they'll scroll really fast through Instagram and they're looking.
Really, on Instagram?
Yeah.
Negative review.
And when I've left a few negative reviews because of that. When I'm on my phone, in the back, there was one lad. Was one girl. She was about 25-year-old. She was going onto Instagram. I'm a proper spy when it comes to spying on people's phones. And she's going on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
to your advantage.
Yeah, going onto a story, clicking on who's viewed the story, and then trying to see who's viewed the story.
While she's driving an Uber.
This one's at the traffic lights, and then she'd drive a bit further, and stop again, next traffic lights, boom, straight on there again. And there was like 25 people that viewed the story. I'm like, no one's looking at the story.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, have you seen, I told you about this, the TV show Black Mirror?
Yeah, I love it.
The new season, there's an episode about exactly this, and they replace Instagram with a different name. It's this company, this social media company and all that.
That's great. I love that.
This guy goes off his head, takes this guy kidnapped, all this. And he goes mental and kidnaps this guy and threatens to kill him. There's a big standoff and all this until he gets the CEO of this social media company on the phone to sort his problem out. He's holding this guy kidnapped because he was with his bird in a car driving late at night, and she was asleep in the passenger seat, and he got his phone, picked it up, and there was a notification that somebody liked his picture on this social media app, right? So he swiped up to see what it was, and then as he swiped up, bang, car crash. His bird died in the car crash, and then that like fucked him up in the head.
He blamed that, didn't he?
And the result of the car crash was it wasn't his fault, it was the other guy's fault. So he spent a few years feeling guilty and all this shit, and then it just sent him, like the guilt sent him into mental and but that's the premise, is like the social media app, boom, can fuck up your life.
Driving. And you know, I think I'm definitely guilty of being on my phone on social media when I've been driving, and you know, when you stop and think about what you're doing, it's like, what am I doing? It's ridiculous.
Without sounding like a dick, like being on your phone and driving is kind of a skill that we're developing as humans, I think. Like, if you tried to do it 10 years ago, you wouldn't even probably think, you'd be like, oh fuck that, I can't even touch that. Oh fuck that, I can't, it's too risky. But now we're getting better at it. You see people doing it, and it does my head in because they're driving shit or whatever, and it's dangerous as fuck. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but you can see us getting better at it. And now cars are putting technology in. Like now on my new car, I can respond to text messages with my system in my car while I'm driving. It'll be like, oh, new text message from somebody. Do you want to reply? Yeah, reply with this. Voice message is the way it's going to be going. But it's interesting that you said there's a lot of shit Uber drivers who are doing that. I had a driver the other day who was fucking class, and he got pissed off because someone like nearly cut him off. He's like, I bet he's on his phone. And he's like, he pulled alongside, he's like, yep, he's on his phone. He's like, why can't people just be off their phones for like the time they're in the car? There's plenty of time to check it. And I was like, oh, nice one. Yeah, I was like agreeing with him. So I think it's just like in an Uber, it's hit or miss whether you get a good guy or a shit guy.
There was some statistics before about driving. It's like having like 10 vodkas being when you're on your phone and on
like
scrolling.
The level of like lack of
concentration.
control.
It is. But what's good about Uber now, what you said, they're doing this thing where they've got a button, you told me, the button where you press it and it tells you whether or not let you tell your driver you want to talk or engage in conversation.
Yeah. Because we've talked before about conversations in Uber and how frustrating they are. But thank God Uber have added that feature now. So if you want to not have a conversation in your Uber, you can select quiet ride. Right. And it just, the driver then knows, like, right, I'm not going to talk to this person.
Me wife didn't understand that about asking questions. Yeah. We got in this Uber where I think we were down at Disneyland, and the fella asked, so where are you from? Because he accent.
Oh, that question.
And then she says, oh, we're from here, but we live here now. Oh, right. Well, where are you going? And she's like answering him. And I never spend that much one-on-one time with my wife because we've always got the kids. And we're on like a 45-minute drive right now. And this wanker just spoke to her for fucking 45 minutes. And I'm sitting there furious, like, speak to me, like, just stop. And then I'm keep trying to, when he stops talking, I'll say, so did you say this about this? And then he's listening like, oh, what's that?
And he's dying to be part of the convo.
Getting in the convo, like, no mate, we're using this service, we're using your car.
Yeah.
And it's the worst.
Yeah.
So
So then when you, that was right as I told you, like a few days later, wasn't it? I'm like, oh, they've added a noise cancelling thing.
Yeah,
No,
but like
quiet ride.
you get them all the time. So now it gets to the point where I'll not engage in conversation. And those are when me and Glenn, we were coming back from Vegas. We got in an Uber from the MGM, and the Uber driver said, "Hey boys, so where you from?" And me and him looked at each other and we just blanked the Uber driver. Like,
didn't even respond.
Yeah. And he's like, "Where you from?" And he said it twice. And I was like on my phone. "Hey, how's it going?" Pretend I was on my phone.
Yeah.
Glenn's just blanked him. And it's kind of what you've got to do.
Yeah.
You know? Cause
at this point though, it's like I've lived out here now for 13 years or whatever it is. And I'm like, it's gonna happen. I'm just like resigned to the fact, like as soon as you meet someone, you're like, and then they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" Like,
yeah,
England. "Oh, really? What part?" "Near Manchester."
Oh,
right.
yeah.
What's it called? Blackburn.
Who's your football team?
Not gonna know it.
Who's your football team?
Oh, the Rovers. Yeah.
Innit?
Yep. "Oh, my cousin's uncle's from Cornwall." And I'm like, nice one. It's probably closer to California. Do you know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell.
So my one now is, "Oh, so you're English? What's your football team?"
Yeah.
"I don't follow football,
Yeah,
mate."
yeah.
"Oh, you don't?"
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah,
That's it.
done.
Nah.
Conversation dead. Yeah, they're stuck then.
Yeah, like, I've met an Englishman who doesn't like football. He must be weird. I'm not going to continue.
Yeah, he's
to
weird.
Yeah, please. I want them to think I'm weird.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, the conversation thing, like, oh man, like, I love how I can do that quiet thing now. And speaking of that, I told my dad about it, and he don't get it. I'm going, "Oh, look at this, you can do on Uber now. You can set, I want a quiet ride." And my dad went, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can do a quiet ride." He's like, "Oh, that's unbelievable." like just not having it at all. Like, he's the opposite. He's like, "Why would you not want to have a conversation?"
Right,
I'm like, yeah, well, try living out here for a good 15 years and then you'll see what I'm talking about.
You know, even if I'm buying, well, more so when I'm by myself, I don't want to speak to them.
Oh yeah, see, me and you are similar in that we use Ubers for work time.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll sometimes leave the car at home and Uber around, so that time spent to like get on emails and catch up on messages, whatever it is. You know, like get on calls or whatever.
I read that Lyft's going to be in the future doing an unlimited service, so unlimited lifts for
like a monthly fee.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
But or sell packages of miles, how many miles you do, which is a great idea because
great idea.
Right now, my monthly payments on my car is like fucking ridiculous. Yeah, and the insurance and everything else. If I could scrap my car and just get Uber
everywhere, yeah,
it's the future. You know, the future is self-driving cars.
Yeah.
But until then, this is the next best thing.
Have you used Turo yet? Have you heard of Turo?
Is that the car hiring app?
Yeah, Turo.
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet, but I'm like close to using it for weekend drives that I have that are quite long. I might start.
It's a car rental app, right?
It's basically like Airbnb for cars, yeah. So there's a huge list of people putting their cars up for rent for the weekend of the week or whatever, and that's a good thing as well. If you're out of town for a few days, you can list your car on there and people come and rent it. You can make extra cash on it.
My Range Rover on there, because you can get like $300 a day. In 10 days, that's $3,000. It's just fucking free money. Yeah. But then I'd be scared to scratch my wheels. Yeah.
By the way, we're not affiliated with Uber or Turo, but if you want to sponsor this podcast, get in touch.
Yeah, get in touch. That'd be good. You know, talking about not like wanting to talk to Uber drivers and that. My missus, she said to us last night, talking about empathy, right? She said to us last night, we were out having a meal, and she went, "You know, there's only 1,000 pandas in the wild now, like
in the world.
In the world, 1,000 pandas and I went, I'm not bothered." She went, "What? What if they got extinct?" I went, "You know what? If pandas go extinct, I'm not bothered."
Yeah.
I'm not being a dick, but I'm not that bothered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she went, "You've got no empathy." I went, as long as it doesn't affect me family, myself, me friends.
You selfish bastard.
I'm good. It's like people who get stressed about politics, about Donald Trump and about this and that. I don't give a fuck
Right.
about that stuff.
All I want to know is,
really,
I mean,
really
are my taxis going up or down, or is my health insurance going up or down?
Like,
and that's about
where have people got the time and the energy to stress about Donald Trump tweeted this?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Don't get me started on this.
I mean, you get into that stuff, didn't you?
I would get into it, yeah.
But like, no. Pandas, I mean, it's a shame about the pandas.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let it affect my everyday thing.
I have this kind of mindset towards, like, vegans in general. Like, people that...
You mentioned vegans?
No, like I'm just going to go on to it about, like, their whole operation and mindset is... There's so much mental capacity taken up with animals getting killed for meat, or this is that and that, and I'm just like, all right, but like, if I don't get that. Like, what you're saying is, like, you're taking up brain time and worry, or you know, like, concern or whatever about something that you have no control over. That's what I don't get.
So tell me about...
I'm not saying that you can't spend your time putting effort into causes that are good or whatever, but, like, there's got to be an element of realism where you're like, right, I'm concerned about that, that's fucked up, and it is fucked up, and I'm not going to take part in it or whatever. You got your own little agenda. But people go way beyond and spend so much time and thought on things that they have no control over.
Why did you say you were getting
like,
Trump?
Oh, I just think people are more concerned about, like, what he's tweeting.
Do you agree with
than
what
they
I'm
are
saying?
whether he's fucking doing a good job or not.
Do you agree with us here?
Like, the people don't really look at, like, what he's actually doing and going, is that the right thing for the country? Is that not the right thing for the country? The news stories that you hear and the general word on the street you hear is, can you believe he tweeted that? Can you believe he said this and he said that and he's going? It's like, who cares what he fucking tweets?
Yeah.
It's like, he's not gonna be a politician who's, like, saying everything politically correct. You know why? Because he's not a politician. He's come into politics as an outsider. He's not a politician.
You know what,
so he's
I'm
not
not bothered about it.
I know, but he's not. Exactly, I'm not. I don't care what
I
he
mean,
tweets.
you sound
I'm not
like you
bothered.
are.
I'm not bothered about what he tweets. I care if he's doing a good job and if it's, like, good for the country or not, because that actually affects us, you know. But like, if he's going to London
me ask
and
you
he
this.
slags off Sadiq Khan saying he's a fucking dick or whatever, it's like, I'm not bothered.
Like, I might be totally wrong, but
But
like,
if he puts me taxes through the roof,
but if he puts,
and I've got less money in
but
my
if he
pocket,
puts
I'm
my
pissed off
taxes
about it.
through the roof, if
he's not, because
but whatever, it's like,
everyone's gonna give me shit.
it's happened. It's like, it's out of my control.
Yeah.
So anything that's out of my control, like pandas going extinct,
Yeah.
or Donald Trump, whatever,
Yeah.
I'm not fussed about it. And my missus said, so, like, you've got no empathy.
And do you know what people will say back to you as well? They'll be like, well, you do have control over it. You can vote. And it's like, no, one vote ain't going to make a difference.
But even, all right, I'll vote. Then I've done that. But that's it. I'm not going to stress about anything else. I never did vote.
And you know, and other people say, oh, you can't complain about it if you don't vote or you don't participate in it. That means you can't have an opinion.
Yeah, I don't vote.
Fuck
I
off.
don't complain about it. I don't even think about it.
The
same with pandas.
You're almost in a stronger position if you don't vote, because you look, you can't blame me. I didn't fucking vote. I'll blame you. You're the one that got involved with the whole fucking process.
So she said, so what bothers you, like, other than your family? I went, not much. Like, I really don't like to see kids.
Your business,
Yeah, but apart from that's like me
catching pedos on the beach.
apart from like, I don't like to see kids in refugee camps and or starving kids in Africa. That would get to me seeing that shit.
Yeah, there's
You know?
there's things that, like, make me fucking blood boil.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
Like what?
Mindless animal cruelty makes my blood boil. Like, someone just going up, like, you see it on Twitter quite a lot, viral videos of people just, like, fucking booting a cat.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like, I'm like, like, just pussy shit
Yeah.
of the highest order, like, makes my blood boil. And yeah, just, like, unnecessary like cruelty and just fucked up shit. Like, that's just a human instinct, is to be, like, pissed off and you know, like fuck, that's horrible.
Yeah, no, that stuff is horrible.
Like you said, it's like, realistically, like, there's not much I can do. You know, I can, like, retweet, catch this guy or whatever, let's fucking sort him out. You know, but, like,
so
you gotta
like
get over
another
it.
thing, pedos, what we said. So
Yeah.
I'm at the beach yesterday. This is
Let's tell this story, because we've touched on it a couple of times. I'm sure people are dying to hear this story.
I couldn't believe what happened, and this is the God's honest truth. I'm not making this up. I'm at the beach with my wife and my 2 kids yesterday. Oh, sorry, my 3 kids, 2 kids. At the wife with the wife and the 3 kids yesterday, and my wife's in the water with me, the middle one, the 3-year-old. I'm with me 5-year-old and 1-year-old digging a hole with me spade. And there's a guy next to us. He's about 40-year-old. He looks Iranian, and he's overweight. And he's sitting on a deck chair. He's by himself. He's got a daft hat on, no sunglasses. He's got a blue t-shirt on, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, is he taking pictures of me wife and me daughter? They're pretty far away in the water. So, like I said earlier on, I'm great at sneaking and looking on people's phones. So, while he couldn't see me, I walked around the back of him and I got over his shoulder and I looked and I was like, that's me wife and daughter in that picture there in the beach, but they were far away.
Hell.
So I thought, it might be the scenery. You might be taking pictures of the scenery. It's a great, it's Santa Monica Beach. Millions of people take pictures there all the time. So I'd never done anything. I went and sat and played, started digging holes again. And then I see him again on his phone. I walk back around, but this time he's watching some comedy stuff and he's smiling and all that. 5 minutes later, I get on him again and he's got his phone right in front of his face. So I'm thinking, what's he doing? So I walk around the back of him again.
Just that instinct, innit? You have like...
Yeah, I walked around the back of him again and I looked over his shoulder and I seen a picture of me 1-year-old on his phone screen, like big. I was fucking furious. I put my hand over his shoulder, I pulled his phone out of his hands, and I said, mate, what the fuck you doing? Taking pictures of me kids? Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm going to delete them. Your kids are cute. So I'll pause there. Your kids are cute. You can even think of that 2 ways, right? You can even think that that's a dirty old man, or you can think of it in another way where it's like, your kids are cute, my kids are cute, right? And people stop me in the streets often, especially Asian people, and want to take pictures of me kids.
Just before you go any further though, I don't think...
He was foreign, so I get them.
But someone who says your kids are cute, right? Like, you think that instinctively about your own kids, right? Because you've got a skewed view. They're your kids. You're going to think they're cute. I think it's a little weird to look at someone else's kids and go, oh, they're cute. It's like, I don't even, like, that doesn't even enter my head. Like, it's just like, they're just kids. Yeah. It's just fun, like, just whatever. I'm not going to think of them as cute or not cute. Like, oh, that's a not cute kid, or that's a cute kid. I'm not even going to, that doesn't even enter my head when I see other people's kids.
But the thing is, giving them the benefit of the doubt, which I shouldn't, but I am. Foreign people, it's different. They don't see little kids with white hair, you know, running around. Right. And the English is not really strong. Yeah. So whatever that means. Anyway, so when so I got his phone and I went and I went through them all. I deleted all the pictures. Went into his deleted file, deleted them again, and then I threw his phone on the sand next to him.
I'm amazed by like how he just whipped it out of his hand, and you're going, what the fuck are you doing? And you're actually getting to the point where you're going through his camera roll, deleting the pictures, and then going into recently deleting that. Yeah. Takes a bit of time. What is he doing while you're
sitting there
cleaning out his camera roll?
He's sitting there apologising, and I was thinking the same. I was thinking if that was me, I would be open.
Yeah, exactly. If you're innocent and someone whips your phone out your hand and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" You'd be in the face going, "The fuck, give me my fucking phone back." But he knows he's out of order doing that, and he's just kind of sat there and took it and thought, "Oh shit, he's caught me here."
I look really odd, especially when I'm angry.
Odd.
Or
with the ear. Just clarifying that.
Odd with the ear, and like especially when I'm angry and you've just upset us about me kids.
Yeah.
You know? Like, yeah, you don't want to be on the wrong side of that, you know.
Yeah.
So I got his phone. I just threw it in the sand. Then I shouted to myself, "Sarah, come here." I got out of the water and I went, "That fucker's just been taking pictures of the girls." And by this time he's packing his chair up. I walked over to the lifeguard station and I said to the lifeguard, I went, "Mate, that fella there, by this time he's walking with his daft luminous orange deck chair on his back walking over the beach. I went, mate, that fella there's just been taking pictures of me kids. Lifeguard said, you're joking, aren't you? I went, yeah, mate. I said, I want to tell the police, because I'm raging. I want to tell the police. And he went, yeah, I can tell the police for you if you want. He was sound. But all the police will say is, it's a public place.
Yeah.
And it's he's not breaking any laws.
Fucking hell.
He said, but I can tell him if you want. I went, no, mate, it's fine. It's fine.
Do you know what's mad to me, right? And I understand it's tough to have it any other way here, but in LA, if you get caught having a piss in public, you're immediately going. If you get caught by police, you get arrested for it or whatever, you immediately go onto the sex offenders list.
For having a piss?
For having a piss. It's
No.
like, yeah, it's public, like...
Really?
Yeah, it's public nudity or whatever.
Shit.
You're instantly classed as a sex offender
No.
for having your dick out. Right? So you could go and have a piss.
Now you tell us, mate, I've been here piss all the time when I'm drunk.
So you could be down a back alley or whatever, like on a night out, you have a piss and cops catch you, whatever, you're a sex offender.
Wow.
But you can go down the beach, take pictures of kids and fucking walk away, go back home, and you've got pictures of kids on your phone and you're a pedo and you're fine.
That is a law that needs to change. That is a law that needs to change.
How do you stop that? How do you even go about like doing it? Would like you say like no pictures on the beach or what?
Well,
What do you do?
The lifeguard said.
How do you stop
The
it?
lifeguard said that it happens all the time.
Yeah, that I remember you telling me.
But that needs to be against the law. Like there need to be a big thing, a new law that comes out. You cannot take pictures of other people's minors. If they're 16 under or 18 under,
yeah,
you can take your pictures and do videos
without permission or something. There should be that.
Yeah, 100%.
I would discourage it straight away.
Like you see people with phone, like videoing in public places. Yeah, it's fine. You might whiz past kids or whatever. I might have took a picture of the Santa Monica Pier, and then obviously in the background there might be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but even then, I always try and avoid kids on cameras at all times.
Yeah.
At all times.
So speaking of laws and what's illegal and what's not illegal, I want to ask you this. It's a good question. This, if there was one thing that you could make illegal, what would it be?
Illegal?
Yeah.
Well, that.
Just taking pictures of.
Yeah,
kids.
I mean, that's what I've just said. Like, yeah, that should be illegal.
Yeah.
I've never even thought about that question before.
It's a good question, isn't it?
It's a good question. What would you say?
Invasion of personal space.
What do you mean?
You know, like when, say you're in a queue or something and someone's just stood way too close to you and you're going like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like people who don't get it, standing too close. Or they'll like bump into you and not say sorry.
You think that
or
should
like
be illegal?
sit too close to you. I would, yeah. I'd just because get on this. If they do it and you go, what are you doing? I always like be a dick. I'm like, you got enough room there? And like, I'd be giving like some sarcasm back. But like today, just before I came here today, I was out for lunch, and there was a guy stood behind me, and he kept bumping like back like this, and it like a few times. I'm thinking, how does he not know that he's back making contact with someone? Are you that fucking stupid? So I was just thinking, like, if that was illegal, right? I could be like, there should be like a 10-second rule or something where it's like you've been in someone's personal space for 10 seconds. I could be like, right, 911, got a personal space invasion. He comes and gets arrested. He has to go to jail for a week. I guarantee he's never going to invade anyone's personal space ever again.
That's a terrible law. I'll tell you what should be illegal is people on social media giving people shit, Twitter trolls.
Yeah, but it's entertaining, isn't it?
Not
you can give
not
them
if
shit
you're
back.
the person getting shit.
Yeah, I think it depends like what kind of level you're talking about, but
yeah,
I just think they're a bunch of muppets.
Like keyboard warriors, we like to call them, you know.
Yeah.
I just didn't get it.
I don't get it.
It's so nasty, and I've spoken about it on other podcasts about when I drew that fight as a professional, and I got so much criticism, so much stick. It was horrible. It really, really got us down and made us feel depressed and horrible. And I guess then I wasn't that popular compared to some people who get popular fast and then they get loads and loads of shit, you know.
But one thing to think about with that is if you're not getting criticism, you're not getting shit, then you're not doing anything important, I think.
Well, you're not getting criticism or shit, and you know.
I get shit. Have you seen the fucking Dan Pena episode we did? Have you looked at the YouTube comments?
That's true. Yeah, that's funny. If you want to laugh, go.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like if you're getting criticism and shit, then you're clearly somebody that's doing something that people are paying attention to.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's hard in the moment to think about that kind of stuff, but
Yeah, I don't
half
get,
of it's a lot of bullshit.
I don't get shit anymore now. What last time I got
we
shit,
get shit with the academy. People
yeah, but
occasionally now and
it's
again
not
we get
personal. When it's to the business, it's
Right,
different. But when it's personal,
yeah.
like I got someone.
But
giving-
I take that stuff personal. If people
Yeah.
slag off your business.
Someone messaged me on Twitter a couple of months ago saying you were a shit boxer, you would never have done anything in boxing, it's a good job your hands broke, you would have got hurt, you were fucking terrible. Some random person give us all this. So do you know what I've done? I went on to Google, I googled the best view from a house in LA, got that picture, it was like a balcony looking over a pool, and like you could see the full city, and I replied like, yeah, I might have been a shit boxer, but I'm not doing bad now. I wake up to this every morning.
Yeah.
It was like,
Did they respond?
It was like a $20 million house or something, which were ridiculous.
Did they respond?
No, they didn't respond.
It's like when we were in Vegas. You said I didn't get shit, but I got a DM off some random guy saying "you bitch."
Oh yeah.
So we started trying to video time him, remember?
Yeah.
And he never answered. Video timed him about 10 times, and he never responded once.
That's what I want to do it next
I'm
time.
like,
someone gives a shit, I want to call them.
yeah, same.
And say, let's
Come on,
talk.
let's have a chat.
Yeah,
yeah.
Shit yourself.
Yeah.
Be fucking class.
Amazing, I know. I was dying for him to answer as well. I was like, oh, please answer this video chat now. But he never did. Sums it up though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dude, hard behind the phone.
Big time. But yeah, I think talking about being illegal, that shit should be illegal, because I think it does get people down,
Yeah.
So another thing, when we were when I was in Vegas with Sarah, what I noticed just how much pigs men are. Men's fucking
In Vegas?
pigs. Yeah, just
Yeah.
pigs.
Yeah.
Just horrible. Like, because I'm with my bird, we're chilling in the pool and we're just watching what's going on. People watching.
Yeah.
And you can just see people from, like, men just hovering around girls and then trying to chat them up and being all nice and
like how sensitive all that kind of stuff is out in LA now, with all this like, oh, you can't touch a stranger, and like what you can and can't say to women and all this kind of stuff. And then you go to Vegas and it's all completely out the window. It's just like men walking past birds going, ugh, staring at their asses and checking them out, and it's like it's on another level. It's just like, it's like England, how England used to be when you were a kid, when on a night out, innit? It's just like right back to that.
It's so funny.
Adult playground out there.
Like we seen we seen this one fella who thought he looked fucking mint. He had just greased back hair. He was in decent shape. He had skinny little legs. He had
like me. Sounds like, are you describing me?
Greased back hair. Yeah. No, but he was dark and he was big, and he had glasses on. He had a gold necklace on with a fucking medallion on, a gold watch, gold ring, and he just thought he was mint.
Yeah.
And he was going
There's
up
loads
chatting
of
girls.
pose of shit in Vegas.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
No, and I had the conversation with my bird. I was like, all right, if you were single, what would you prefer to have? Would you prefer to I think I said, would you, if you were to have a little fling with someone, would you prefer a fella who was a high 9, great looking, body, fucking fit, but he was a boring bastard?
Yeah.
Or would you prefer a 6 who made you laugh all night? She went 6 all day, made us laugh all night, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And I asked the girl who was next to us, I said, by the way, we're having this conversation, I'm a bit drunk now. What would you prefer? And she's like, the 6 all day long.
Yeah.
Someone who can make us laugh.
Men don't get it.
Oh,
They don't get it.
Oh, mate, it's just reminders on. You're going to think I'm lying with this story. This was last night. So yesterday, we had the Peter at the beach.
You had a good day yesterday.
Then last night, we went for a meal, right? We've not been out together for a long time. Cassia in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
They've got like a little thing next door, a little wine bar.
Yeah, I've been.
It's really nice. So we're sitting out there, right? And we get there, and as soon as we sit down, 2 minutes later, there's a fella, sister, girl, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Arms, whatever. And they sat down. They were on a Tinder date, right? Now this fella is a 10. He's fucking good looking. No, he's not a 10, he's a 9. He's got a chiseled jaw. He's wearing like, it looked like a Tom Ford suit. Smells really good. Proper, like, it's like a fella, and I'm as straight as they come, but you look twice at him because like, he's a good looking man, him.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, just a quick side note before you tell the story. Like men who recognise that other men are good looking, but then they're insecure about thinking that that's a gay thing to say. It's off its head. It's just like all you're doing is acknowledging that he looks good.
Yeah.
It's like looking at two cars, right? You're looking at a rusty piece of shit, and then you look at a brand new fucking Bentley. You know, that's a beautiful car. That's a piece of shit. It's like you look at a bum on the street who's fucking covered in food and she's got shit hanging off his ass. He looks like shit. And then you guy chiseled jaw and a suit and he does his hair and he looks good. You're like, he looks good.
Yeah,
There's nothing gay about it. It's like you're just recognising he looks like a good, presentable human. He doesn't. It's just common sense.
But I wanted to kiss him.
Oh shit, well that's a different story. This story's going to get interesting now. Let's go.
Not really.
But you know what I'm saying, right?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
So, and the bird he's with, she's probably a low 7.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm like, she's punching, like, and me and Mrs. agree, like, wow. Anyway, they sat down on the table.
It's usually the opposite way around, isn't it?
Yeah, they sat down on the table right next to us, and this fella started talking about himself, talking, and I'm like, and he's got an annoying voice as well, kind of like a David Beckham voice where it's a little bit squeaky.
Yeah.
And he's American. And he's talking, he's talking about religion, and he travelled to Rome, and he went into the Vatican, and he's seen the statue, and I'm like, fucking hell, he's doing my head in. The woman come.
So you didn't want to kiss him after you read all that?
The woman come, got his order, and he went, what can you get? And he said straight away, I want this, and never let her pick a drink first, and Sarah was like, oh, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
And then he's talking. Mate, 30 minutes went by, they'd ordered food. You're going to think I'm lying. What happened? 30 minutes went by, they ordered food, right? And he's doing my freaking head in. And my head's done in. I'm thinking, this girl's head must be done right in right now.
Yeah.
Right? She went to the toilet, right? She went to the toilet, and then the food come, right? And then he's like sitting.
Start tucking in,
right? But he's tucking in, eating it, and then 5 minutes went past. I said to me missus, she went to the toilet to tell her friends, like, this fella's doing my head in.
Yeah.
On the phone. 5 minutes went past. 10 minutes went past. He's finished his food.
She didn't come back?
She fucked off.
Oh, get in.
She left him.
That's amazing.
And now he's on his phone texting, trying to ring.
Think they were having a barney or whatever, and then she just bailed.
And he's not, this is the first time they've met.
Wow.
They're on a Tinder date.
Shit.
And he's that boring.
Yeah. She just bailed.
She just bailed.
Get in.
Before the food come.
Legend.
And now he's trying to phone her, and she's just blanked him. And then the company went, I need the check, but he said, I don't want to pay for this because she never come back. And I went, well, sorry, sir, you've got to pay. He went, well, I never ate the food. And then the management come, and he's like, well, I never ate the food, and he's gone on. And I'm like, oh my God, me missus is like the best night ever.
Yeah.
Some great entertainment.
Yeah.
And
class.
I think they let him off with her bill because he explained what happened. But that just goes to show right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Fair play to her though, because a lot of birds, especially in LA, will put up with that shit.
They'll put up with it.
They'll put up with shit men, I think. Like if they're getting took out and they're getting getting drinks bought and they're getting purses bought and all this shit, they put up with shitness. Yeah. And they'll just sit there and be bored for a few hours if at the end of the night they're getting whatever they want out of it. You know what I mean? That's how shit rich fellas get punch above the weight with birds.
Right, yeah, but this is you've got to have a big crack. Like his personality was like fucking talking to a pot of paint.
Yeah,
you know, he had nothing to
just
talking about himself. So this is a story for men out there. Ask questions.
Yeah,
I was dying to hear her voice. I never even heard her voice. 30 minutes, mate. 30 minutes.
Horrible. Thank God. Did you consider yourself fortunate you're not in that game where you have to go out and meet birds? You sound. You're good.
I don't know what I would do, mate. I don't know what I would do. But yeah, that was just last night. What an entertaining day we had yesterday. What's happening with you?
So when was the last time we were on a podcast? What I don't even know what I've done. Done the Vegas thing, and then I was out on tour with 21 Pilots again in June. That was really good. Love doing that stuff. We've got Academy coming up in New York next month. I stayed at the One Hotel in New York on that tour. If anyone's ever in New York, get yourself to the One Hotel in Brooklyn, like next level. Really good. Other than that, just day in day out in the gym and trying to build this academy business, innit?
Yeah.
Just having the time of my life, just loving it.
Yeah, in Elliot, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
finally got a new car that you posted on your story.
Yeah, Glenn got a new car. You got a Toyota Prius.
Yeah.
2009. It's, green
one.
10-inch wheels. Yeah, talking about wheels. Paul King was telling us the other week that in LA, his daughter went to a car garage, and Paul's got a bit dough, and they knew that somehow, and they tried to stick it up with.
Oh, he told me the story, yeah.
With the price, like ridiculous, and that's the thing in LA. People's got so much money out here. It's mad.
Yeah.
You'll go somewhere and ask for a price.
Yeah.
And they'll try and stick it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and he went and he's like, I'm not paying that much for these wheels. And like they cut the pricing off just because it's a young girl going to the shop. You know.
Yeah.
I went and bought a. This was yesterday as well. Bought a fucking day yesterday. I went and bought a new chair for the living room, like a love seat it's called, where you can, it's a little bit short of what we're sitting on right now, but I think 3 people can sit on it, a really big one, and that was for sale for, it was $1,000, and I really wanted it
for one chair.
Yeah, it's real nice.
You've got too much money.
It's got goat's feathers in the pillow. No, not goat's feathers. Goats haven't got feathers. Geese feathers.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, it's fucking really nice, and I went in and I went, and they'll cut on you, and I was like, I went, this is $1,000. She went, yeah, but I can do a deal. I can give you for $800 if you buy it a day.
Yeah.
I went.
You're smart enough to realise that you're not saving $200. You're actually spending $800.
Yeah. So anyway, cut a long story short, I paid a $500 cash and got it for $500 cash.
Right.
You know, so I got $500.
No. You've not saved $500. You've spent $500. You realise that, right?
Yeah.
But let's speaking of you and money, if anyone wants to do this, go and entertain yourself for a couple of minutes. Google Tony Jeffries' net worth and pull up the results. You're worth 14 million now, aren't you?
I was, but last night I googled it again because I wanted to show
changed?
It went down to 10.
Oh shit!
I'm only worth 10 million now.
According to Google. Hopefully a few people listening saw the video you posted about this. Didn't you post it on your Instagram story?
Yeah, I posted it.
You were googling your own net worth, and it was like Tony Jeffries is worth $14 million.
Because I was with Leo and we were googling.
Goes to Vegas for 3 weeks. It's gone down to 10.
I was googling celebrities' net worths who we knew, and I thought, I wonder if there's anything on mine. And it's like, yeah, your net worth's $10 million. I'm like, oh, nice. I wonder why they got it so low.
Shame. I was going to say, shame. It's a little bullshit.
Then, as well, so with that, there's a quiz page what tells you about it. And look at this. I took a screenshot. I sent it to my family. So there's a page. What's like things you should know about Tony Jeffries, and look at this. Yeah, I'll let you read this out. I've just sent them today.
Scrolling through.
You know, I'm in these family chats and there's like just a million messages.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Is Tony Jeffries gay or straight? Many people enjoy sharing rumours about the sexuality and sexual orientation of celebrities. Oh, so you're a celebrity, are you?
Yeah. Go on.
We don't know for a fact whether Tony Jeffries is gay, bisexual or straight. This is fucking amazing. However, feel free to tell us what you think by voting below, by clicking below. Vote now, and then if we can get this on camera, there's a massive rainbow flag saying gay, straight or bi. 50% of all voters think that Tony Jeffries is gay. Brackets homosexual. Like I didn't know what gay was. What does that mean? 50% voted straight. That's heterosexual, and 0% like to think that Tony Jeffries is actually bisexual. So it's 50-50. So you've got some work to do.
Do you know what?
Can you confirm or deny these rumours now live on the podcast?
No,
this is clearly
I'm keeping people thinking.
Massive.
I'm keeping people thinking.
Issue.
Do you know what? Right, I posted this picture on my Instagram story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got shit for that.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Can you see that on the camera? Which camera should I hold this up to? And if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to see right now. Yeah. This is me screensaver actually.
If you're listening to it, it's a picture. It's Tony's home screen on his phone, It's his 2 daughters holding rainbow flags.
It's the LGBTQ.
Q. Yeah, they've added a Q on now, I think.
Have they? Can you see that on there? Yeah, so that's the picture.
Soon it's just going to be the whole alphabet.
That's the picture of...
Soon we're just going to have the whole alphabet. LGBTQ.
I posted on my story with my girls. It was LGBTQ week in Santa Monica, or it was around the world. I don't know. And
it was a Pride Month, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there was flags everywhere. So they've got the flags, and I took a nice picture of them. And I posted on my story, mate.
Yeah, we were in Vegas when you posted it, and you showed me like the DMs that you were getting.
I was getting DMs off people talking. I call your daughters are cute, but they're holding pieces of shit in their hands. I love your content, but I'm unfollowing you now for posting that stuff. Someone said you're a fucking prick for posting that, and I'm like, what? What? I don't even. I'm
posting a picture of your daughters.
My daughter's holding these flags.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise that
how political it is.
Yeah, but how anti-gay people are around the world still.
Yeah. You've probably got a few followers in like Russia or Poland or like Eastern Europe where it's just like.
Yeah, I've probably got.
It's just a non-starter. You don't even like go down that road. Yeah, there's still a lot of backward shit going on.
So then I'm like, what? And I'm like, all right, now I want to post more. So
I got start winding them up.
I got Michael some rainbow gloves made. And I posted a picture of me wearing them. Again, I got loads of hate. I'm following you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, sound. And then I posted a picture of me sitting on some rainbow steps in Vegas. Posted that. And now 50% of the public think I'm gay. You know?
Shit.
But I can't believe that. You know, it's mad to me.
Yeah.
And the DMs was crazy. Oh, why we're talking about DMs, right? Is now if you're gonna DM someone on Instagram, get that DM out what you've just getting there.
Which one?
The long one. If you're gonna DM someone on Instagram, if you want to DM me or Glenn or someone who you don't really know, keep the direct message short.
I just get so many DMs. It's gonna take me a while to find it.
Keep it short. Not an essay. I haven't got time to read an essay, and I've got the point now when people send me them big ones. Like, look at this. Put it at the camera. Which camera can you zoom in with this?
Can we cover up who sent it, because I don't want to make this person feel, they might be listening, so I don't want to like make them feel like a dickhead.
So look, that's a direct message Glenn got, right? Glenn hasn't got 3 days to read that.
Don't send me a book.
You know.
Got it.
I'll get messages on Instagram where they're
just long as
really, really long, and I cannot read them. It's like
do you know what they do as well? And this person did this as well. At the end, sorry for the long message. They'll put it in there somewhere. Sorry to send such a long message, but here's a book.
Yeah, I've sent.
Or here's a book. Sorry for such a long message.
A few messages back saying,
send it if you're sorry.
What's the question? Like,
yeah, just fucking ask the question. Yeah.
I didn't want to hear the life story. I want to hear the question.
Do you know another one as well? Like when you're face to face as well, when people go, "Can I ask you a question?"
No, mate.
Why are you asking me a question before you ask the question? Just ask the fucking question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they'll go, question. So they ask the question.
Question.
And then I go, answer. Like, just, why are you doing that?
Yeah. But my social media is still growing rapidly, pretty fast. It's went down now. At the beginning of the year, I was getting 6,000 followers a month, something like that.
Why are we talking about this now?
Because we just drifted from DMs into Instagram
into your followers, and now it's growing, and your net worth and all that shit.
I got a tick and all that, but
now
anyway,
you lost $4 million by going to Vegas for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, something's happened with the Instagram algorithm now, and it's messed up. Where now I'm only gaining like 1,000 a month or something. It's really down.
It's definitely changing. The most interesting thing, since we're talking Instagram, you just sent me a screenshot of this the other day that's already started in Australia. In Australia, they're testing this now. So Tony's brother-in-law lives in Australia, and he just sent a screenshot of his Instagram. There's no likes counter anymore. It just says this post is liked by this person and others. That's it. Yeah. So it could be like 5 people liked it or 5 million people like that post. You don't know.
And Instagram's only showing the people who like the post, who you follow.
Yeah.
And they're testing that in Australia, and they're testing it in Canada as well. So it's going to remove it. So the idea behind that is so people don't get worried about posting content, and they post more content. And they think that that's going to have people post better content.
Yeah.
Where I think it's going to have people post worse content.
Why do you think that?
Because it's like, I'm not bothered if it gets likes on. I'm not bothered if it's a good post or not.
They'll
I'm
just
just
start throwing any old
yeah,
shit up.
any old shit.
Yeah.
Just to keep posting.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't work that way and they keep it. Because I want them to keep it. I hate it when like a good thing gets changed. Like there's nothing wrong with it how it is. I don't think. People change shit for the sake of changing stuff.
Well, they're testing
to
stuff.
upgrade stuff and make things better. Yeah, but like just taking away the numbers is like a massive part of everything for a lot of people.
But that being said, there's there's got to be a reason behind why they're doing it, and I think the big thing is now with the younger generations, kids and all that, they're getting shit in schools for getting, you only got 10 likes on that picture, making fun of it, but just getting people down and depressed. I think that's a big thing.
But you can't blame social media for that, and you can't put the
well, it's society.
You can't put the blame on social media. You can't point fingers at social media for that. That's on the individuals involved. It's like the same shit they're going through with that is exactly the same shit we went through. It was just a different source. Now Instagram exists. It's just another source for them to use to, bully people or take the piss or whatever. That's always going to happen. People are always going to take the piss. People are always going to be mean and nasty at school or kids. People are always going to do the same shit. It just happens to be like, we're going to talk about Instagram now instead of like how you were, shit at footy today or you couldn't fucking spell.
I'm just guessing that's what it is, but I'm just guessing that's why. But there must be a reason behind it. Like for me, I don't want to see that happen because I'm really proud of me growing, me following so big, and I get a buzz and it feels really, not gonna lie, feels really good for me ego when I'm getting 100,000 people or 100,000 views on a Instagram video. I love that shit, but I'm the minority in this game. I don't know.
If they take the numbers away, you're probably still gonna get that same amount, and I'm sure they're gonna let you see how many people seeing it. It's just not gonna be visible to the public. You're still gonna get the analytics as a user, I think. But that would be nonsensical to take it away from the user, because then it just becomes a guessing game.
But as well, I heard they're going to take away how many followers you've got as well from there.
Right.
So that's kind of hurting me.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of.
I don't think it'll work if they try to do that. Just because it's a huge part of our culture and our society or our day to day now is like, oh, this person got this many followers, and it's what people talk about. It's part of people's conversations on a daily basis. To take that out is taking like a massive part of what people are about.
That'll really hurt influencers.
Yeah, big time. Yeah,
really hurt influencers like who do this for a living.
Yeah,
which there's thousands.
It would change
of people.
The marketing game like massively. It would change like a lot.
Yeah,
huge.
So I heard about this on YouTube, and I've been telling you about this YouTube channel I watch like daily, Phil DeFranco.
Yeah,
it's the only news that I'll watch. It's like a 15-minute video. He puts it on 4 or 5 times a week, where he talks about different stories that's happening around the world. And he spoke about it on there as well. And he was on the fence, because he's a big influencer. He was on the fence. So he tells stories. A story that's been going viral now. There's a hashtag. It's hashtag lick ice cream. Something like that.
Lick ice cream?
Like something like that. You know what people's been doing? They've been going around supermarkets, opening, you heard this, opening a tub of ice cream, licking it and putting it back in.
Why?
Funny. No, because now someone's going to buy that ice cream, but people's been arrested for it. So they're opening, like the video on themselves doing it, licking the ice cream, putting the lid on, because it's a naughty thing to do. It's a bad thing to do. And then it got to one point where people were spitting in stuff and putting it back, because people's going to buy that stuff and take it home.
Right.
Which, as just said, it's funny. It's not funny. It's absolutely fucking disgusting.
It's funny to the Muppet doing it.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking lowlife, and he's got absolutely no time on it. He's got too much time on his hands. He's got no life. If that's what you're spending your time doing, then fucking get a grip.
Yeah, licking ice cream and putting it back. It's horrible.
Like, if you think of a practical joke, right? The whole point of a practical joke is so you can see the end result. If you're just putting licking some ice cream and putting it back in a fridge, you're not getting to see the end result. You're not getting to see that person take it home, go and eat it, and go, oh, what the fuck's this? And then having a laugh with them about it.
Or would you?
You're just licking some ice cream and put it back in a fridge and then going home. Like,
or would you laugh if it was a 2-year-old little girl eating what you've just licked?
No.
You know, that's what I mean. Like, dickhead. Yeah, you should get arrested. It's like
well, fuck me.
what
Go
they were doing
productive. What
in
are you doing?
Australia. We spoke about this in the podcast before. They were putting pins.
Oh yeah, you told me about
putting
that.
pins
I think
in
we mentioned
strawberries.
that on a previous podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put a pin in the strawberry.
Fuck off.
And then people were eating the strawberries and just fucking destroying the mouth,
Yeah.
which was horrible.
Like for example, if anyone needs advice on a practical joke, just go to Caesar's Palace, check in, and pull your friend's pants down, and then put the foot between the feet so they can't pull them back up, and then start filming.
Yeah,
that's a good practical.
That was a good one. Put a few mates in it, and you've seen the end result. It was funny. But yeah, mate. So that's horrible with the ice cream and all that. And we're talking about me and my missus were talking about last night about when we first come to LA. I'm probably going a different direction now with the story, and the mindset that we had when we come here. Well, the mindset and the money to what we've got now. Like when I come, I went to buy a mattress, right? And I went in the mattress shop and I said, I want your cheapest mattress. And he went, the cheapest mattress? I went, I want the cheapest mattress you've got. I got the cheapest mattress. It was like $95
for you,
for a double mattress for me and my missus.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I'm not buying a mattress for whatever.
a couple of grand.
Yeah. And now,
But didn't you just spend 500 on one chair?
that's what I mean. My mindset's switched completely now.
Oh, you're saying when you first came to LA? That's
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You used to be tight as fuck.
Yeah. No, but I wasn't earning, like
Yeah.
I retired from boxing, I never had any income.
Yeah.
So,
I love where this conversation's going because I think about this shit all the time. Go on.
yeah. And now we're going to do a podcast on, in the future, maybe the next one, talking about the things that what we use to change our life. You look out for this podcast; it's going to be great because me and Glenn's into biohacking, into doing stuff to help you perform better, and we've got
Just
a shit ton of
upgrading your life.
yeah,
Really.
just by even if it's by 1%,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
doing 10 different things, 1% better
Yeah.
means you're going to perform 10% better. So this is a podcast we're going to keep for the future.
Yeah. So go back to the mattress story. When you first came here, you wanted to pay $95 for a mattress. Where you at now?
Yeah.
You pay $9,500 for a mattress now.
No, I mean the last mattress I bought was $19,000, and the reason it was $19,000. No, man, your face there.
Shit myself.
$19,000. No, what I did, my mattress now. I googled the best mattresses, and I got one off Amazon. I think it was about $2,000 or something.
Was it organic?
No. Just
Right.
get it organic.
Speaking of your buying habits on Amazon, I gotta bring this up. You sent me a screenshot that you bought these.
Get him. Hey, look.
I know you've talked about how much you love ordering shit on Amazon, but this is on another level.
So what is it?
So if you're not watching this on YouTube and you're just listening to it, it's a pair of really shit-looking boxes, like super shit. They're all baggy and shit.
It's not that baggy.
And then
Look.
look, you got one right now.
I'm wearing them.
He's wearing
So
them right now.
organic boxer shorts?
Yeah. So look at the picture. There's a screenshot of the Amazon order of the two pairs of boxer shorts, and he circled the word organic. So I'm like, why the fuck are you sending me this? He's like, well, look, they're organic. I'm like, all right, well, they're still shit. So it's like, but just in case you were wondering if they're organic or not, on the waistband instead of having the brand name,
Mate, I've got them on
it says organic.
But I've got them inside out. I'm wearing them now inside out. Fucking.
Even worse.
But they're organic.
Yeah, so just in case you were wondering, like, I'm not bothered who makes them or anything, but you just have to put on the waistband, like, where the brand name usually is. It just says organic. Men's 2-pack of organic cotton stretch boxer brief underwear delivered to Tony in Santa
How much
Monica.
were they?
It doesn't say how much you paid, but it says between $25 and $28.99.
So like $12 a pair.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, is it?
Oh, for two, yeah. But I mean, look, they look like shit.
Mate,
Shit.
I'm married with loads of kids.
Yeah, clearly
I'm
you
not
don't
trying
care.
to impress anyone with my boxer short game. You know what I mean?
You gotta have a strong boxer short game.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to doing that podcast. You know, Glenn's worse than me for this stuff. When you go into Glenn's house, it's absolutely immaculate. Like you could eat your fucking soup off the floor, like lick it. It's that clean. It's spotless. He's got a beautiful place in the balcony onto the swimming pool. It's really nice. And
I love how amazing you're making this sound.
and
Isn't it?
and it was really nice until I went there the other week.
Yeah, this was funny.
And I brought and I took me 3 kids. I was looking after my kids. You know, I babysit my kids. I look after my kids. They're my kids. I wasn't looking after them. Yeah,
I've done that before. I'm just babysitting my son.
I'm babysitting. So I took him down to Glenn's. He had his son there, and they went in and they fucking trashed the place.
Yeah,
like
within 5 minutes there was a light broken. Like
the blind got pulled down.
Yeah,
the
2 blinds pulled down.
Smashed some glass.
Yeah.
Skull thing you had.
Yeah.
Everything, and I was like, oh no, I was a bit embarrassed. But then I ordered loads of food, and then that went everywhere as well.
Yeah, food went everywhere.
His white leather settee was fucking black. You know. Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine now.
I'm not bothered as long as your kids had a good time. I'll clean it up. Actually, I'll pay someone else to clean it up. How about that?
All right, rich boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love everything like clean and proper minimal. Like, I can't stand space and clutter and shit everywhere. I hate it. Like, to me, I'm paying a lot of money to have that place in a nice area, right? So I think of it like, if I go to an hotel somewhere, everything's nice, I'm paying for like an upgraded room or whatever. I want my house to feel like that all the time. I want everything like nice and I want it.
Yeah.
I can't have like just shit everywhere. I don't know. I'm just weird like that, I suppose.
Yeah, you are weird like that. But no, even your fridge. You open his fridge. You open his cupboard, and he's got like a massive supplement collection, and it's all like alphabetical order.
Is it
with fucking size and all that like this? It is. It's like just perfect, like proper perfect. His fridge is perfect as well. Yeah.
But if you think about it, right, if you wanted your house, like, if you could design everything that you want exactly how you want it, would you not want to do that? Like, where your fridge is just fucking perfect all the time. I do.
No, I know.
So I just make sure that's how
is,
it is, because it's my house. It's
I
my
couldn't
fridge.
be asked to do that. Like,
that's the thing. It's no effort for me. Like, when I put the shit in there, I just put it in there. Like,
but
that.
why do you alphabetically order your fucking fruit and veg? He's got
Alphabetically
apple, banana,
boxes.
clementine, or whatever it is.
Nah.
Yeah.
See, you're just saying, like, you're making it seem like I'm OCD, and I'm not. I'm just normal.
A little bit OCD.
I just like shit
a little
organised.
bit OCD.
I don't see it as OCD. OCD to me sounds like a negative thing, like you've got an issue. I just like my stuff nice.
Mate, you fucking avocados in alphabetical order, size. You've got an issue.
Avocado size.
Yeah.
8 ounce, 12 ounce avocados lined up.
You've got an issue.
No, but that podcast episode about the things that we used, that it's basically going to just be a massive list of stuff that we think you need or that you should get that will upgrade and enhance your life, and it can be tiny things or it can be massive things.
Yeah, it's like Aubrey Marcus's book where it's called what's it called? Something about the day. What's it called?
On the day, is it?
On the day.
On the day. Yeah.
Yeah,
on the day, on the life. That's it. Yeah.
Page 97. There's a little bit about me on there, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll not talk about that.
But yeah, so it's what he's talking about in his book, which is a great book, and I really recommend it, is how you could do one little thing on a morning that'll change your day, and it'll change your life. Like, let's say if you on a morning you have Frosties or cornflakes with sugar on, right, which is not going to give you much energy, so you're going to be tired. And then let's say in the afternoon you think, should I do this workout or not? And then you're like, nah, I can't be arsed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the workout. So you don't do the workout. You go to bed that night. You don't sleep very well because you've never worked out.
Yeah.
And then you wake up the next day, you feel like shit. Compared to if now you have some avocado with eggs and
like a green juice with lemon.
Yeah.
And you take some supplements that are going to give you better energy and
now
clarity.
What you're going to do, you're going to have more energy through the day. So now you're going to decide, shall I have a workout or not? Yes, I'm going to work out.
Right.
You'll have the workout. You're going to sleep better at night. If you've got a bird, you're going to have better sex or whatever it may be. If you were a fella, and then the next day you're going to wake up because you've slept really good, and you're going to perform better that next day.
Yeah.
So it's them little
just
things.
A little cycle that builds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's what we're going to talk about in this next podcast is about the little things that you do to make your life better. So like I've just said, if you're doing this, what makes it 1%, and this, what makes it 1%, this makes you 2% better. Add all them percents together, now you're going to perform 10% better.
Yeah, it all makes sense. And in theory, a lot of people are like, yeah, well, I want to do that, but like I don't know what do I actually need to do.
Right.
To make it better. It's like, well, in that next episode, we'll give you an actual list of specific things that you can go on Amazon and order.
This is the first time we've actually spoke about a future episode on an episode. So subscribe to this podcast and don't miss that episode wherever you're watching it. You know, you should subscribe to it.
Yeah.
Talking about Aubrey, we've just been in Austin, Texas. When was it? Last month?
May.
In May. And we've done
yeah.
some shoulder sparring, and we've done a session with him, and he punched me in the face. The hardest I've been punched in the face since I retired from boxing. He
does punch hard as well. He's a beast.
Punches hard, but he whacked me, slipped, missed my shoulder, and hit us straight in the chin. I got a black flash, and it was horrible.
Buzzed off it?
I got buzzed off it.
Wow.
It was horrible. It was a solid shot with his little 10-ounce gloves on, but he was like, he was so. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, he felt so bad for doing it, but you know, it happens. And I'm so worried about getting hit in the face. It's horrible. I think now I'm chinny because I've been punched a few times, not that hard, and I get black flashes now. I think when I was fighting, I would have just.
It becomes you become used to it. You get conditioned to it.
I'm not used to it anymore.
Yeah. So speaking of getting punched in the head during shoulder and body sparring, let's talk about my fight in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I had 3 2-minute rounds with one of the crew from.
Well, it was Robbie's mate. Robbie's mate, who's a hard bastard, GMO.
Yeah, he's 59, and he looks about 39 on he's a beast.
Great.
So was he from Bristol?
Yeah.
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 So yeah, he punches really hard. He joins in the training sessions, done mitts with him a bunch of times. Really punches really hard. So Tony had this great idea. He's called JMO, this lad, and he goes, "Oh, let's have JMO have a fight with Glenn in Vegas, shoulder and body sparring."
Everyone was watching.
Everyone's gonna watch. We're gonna show up. So we've been looking forward to it for a couple of days. It's like, "Oh, what time's the fight?" Everyone's like, "Oh, what time's the fight today?" and all this. And so 4 o'clock, the fight. So we set it all up, didn't we?
Yeah.
A couple of minutes before we start the fight, JMO's gonna wear a mouthpiece and a body shield. A body shield? What? So he had a body shield on, and I had no body shield on.
Good though, you've done well though. Done well.
So I could smash him to bits, and he's not gonna feel a thing. And then he's just battering me, trying to break my ribs.
Class.
So bell goes, shoulder and body. He touches my gloves. I threw a jab on his arm. Bang, right hand, right in my face. His first punch, he just smashes me right in the face. So funny.
Such a good time. Great time. In a corridor.
And everyone just starts laughing.
Yeah. Poor guy's like, oh shit. So moving on. So I've just done, I only done it like 2 hours ago on Instagram. If you've got any questions to ask for the 100th episode, send me your voice note and I'll play them on there. So I've got a few here. I've not got loads. I want to play these questions. I said don't have them boxing related.
Right. First one. How do I throw a perfect left hook?
I said don't ask that. So here we go. So let me see.
I did. By the way, this podcast, just so you know, is somewhat a bit of a break from what we talk about on a daily. We're in and around boxing and boxing fitness, and we teach trainers how to teach boxing at the Boxing Burn Academy all the time. So it's like, that's what we fill our heads with so much in it. So these podcasts are a little bit of a chance to not talk about that and just talk about life shit. I know you want to talk about boxing, but
we can do one just for that. So Stephen Robinson, he's done the Boxing Burn Academy, great fella from England. Yeah. And I loves the podcast. 100th episode, here we go. I was a little bit nervous, so I can re-record it if you need to be. Well,
pressure's on now.
Yeah.
It's going straight to her.
He didn't expect us to read that, so here we go.
Hi, Tony and Glenn. It's Stephen the Mantis, and I just want to ask a question. So, what's the biggest lesson or tip have you received from a guest on the podcast over the 99 episodes? Thanks. Bye.
Great question. I actually had that in there to talk about who's been the best guest. Anything that stands out for you?
I think so. There's a guy in the fitness industry called Alan Cosgrove.
Oh, man, I was gonna say that, man. Go on.
He's a Scottish fella who overcame cancer, smashed it with his business out here, goes around America now teaching all these seminars. If you go through the archives, if you're in the fitness industry, if you're not in the fitness industry, or you just have a business in general, and you're looking to step it up to the next level or figure out how to run it, that is a great episode to listen to, because the stuff that he goes on about creating systems and how to manage employees and hire and firing and all that kind of stuff, it's like I learned a lot from him on that podcast.
Yeah.
And he's just a quality dude. He's like really good.
The same with me. That was my favourite one because I learned a lot from him. But I'm just going to have a little look now through who the guests are. We have Brian, Rose and Bobby Rimmer.
That's all. Yeah, that was really good. If you're a boxing fan, like definitely check that one out.
Episode 93.
Because you basically tried to force him to retire on the podcast, didn't you? Now he's fighting Anthony Fowler and me, getting a good payday. So rule number 1 of that one: don't listen to you.
Episode 93, Bedros Koulian, multi-millionaire. Great,
that's a good one.
Great
Another
business
good
man.
business one. Yeah.
He was very good as well.
Yeah.
Let me have a look down.
Don't listen to Dan Pena one. Don't listen.
No,
to
I like that one. Episode 86, we had the Mind Pump Boys on, talking about online businesses, delivering value, sex and culture, sexual culture. That was a good one. Ryan Munsey, 84. Great episode. I love Ryan Munsey.
The Holly Randall ones are good because she's been on twice. She's a porn photographer. And every time, or both times that she's been on, Tony pretends that he knows nothing about porn or sex.
I don't know. What is that?
Yeah.
Episode 80, Luca. That was great. You never, that was
I wasn't on that one.
Business. Chris Algieri, 79. Great fighter.
Yeah, good stories about fighting Manny Pacquiao.
77. Charles Bernick was I'll just run through these quickly. Is a brain doctor. 76. Craig Ballantyne, good one. 5 steps to be better. You. 75. Thierry, who's the owner of Four Sigmatic, which is an 8-figure business, the mushroom company.
Yep.
Chris Duffier, 74, fitness business person.
So to answer Steve's question, you'd say the Alan Cosgrove one as well.
Yeah.
What specifically in that?
I'll fly through these. Let me just fly through these. Give everyone a shout out. Scott McGee, 72. That was one of my favourite ones as well. Episode 72. Scott McGee is a SWAT team member from Santa Monica Police. He's so good. That was a good one. Who else have we had on? Jason Status. Saul Milton from there.
Yeah.
Alvin Crossgrove was 65. Ben Greenfield, 63, talking about biohacking.
Yeah.
Holly Randall, what Glenn said. Someone's fucking phone is now. Great. We've had so many great guests. Chris Schiffler, the guitar player from the Foo Fighters.
Yeah. Frank Grillo was a good episode.
Yeah, the actor Frank Grillo.
I really enjoyed having Liam Smith on, talking about his fight against Canelo. That was good if you're a boxing fan.
Yeah, Terrell Hendricks, former retired fighter.
Good stuff.
Was so good.
Yeah.
The Mind Pump.
We'll be here all day going through all 100 episodes.
Gary Vaynerchuk, what about him? Gary V?
Yeah.
How about Gary V on?
We've had
Jason
Gary V
Clark,
on.
producer for TED Movies.
Yep.
Paul Smith, David Price, Dan Pena, Frankie Gavin.
Me.
And Glenn Holmes.
I've been on it.
But yeah, I like the Alan Cosgrove one. So that was a good one.
So, would you take out of that? Just like putting systems in place for your business, I'd say.
Yeah,
right? To answer the question. Yeah.
So he's the next one.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Tony Jeffries? My name is Shiv Watson. My Instagram handle is at elite_investing. Now, I wanted to ask you, what is your best advice for this generation as teens and millennials? And what is your number one tip for them so that they can be successful and happy in life?
Whoa, big question. What is my advice to a teen, this generation? I think what it is, it would be that things take time. You got to be patient. You're not going to create a huge business fast. It takes time. It's so easy for especially kids now or young ones now to want to get something fast, and it doesn't come fast. You've got to work for it. You've got to work over time and be consistent.
I think the reason they think that as well is because they see something that's super successful, like an app or a digital business or a YouTube channel or something like that, that's maybe got like millions of followers straight away and is doing really well, and they think it's all I have to do is create an app.
Yeah.
And it's a good idea, I'll get millions. Like they think that it's like a quick way to do something, and whether it's a digital business or a brick and mortar business, it's always the same. If you're building a business and that's your goal, and to succeed with it, no matter what kind of business it is, it's going to take hard work. It's going to take hours and hours and weeks and weeks and months and years of building and growing and marketing and developing and putting that time in to get it to where it needs to be. Like, do you think Uber was just launched and within a week millions of people using
Yeah.
it. Not a chance.
Takes a lot of time.
This shit takes time, yeah. And even like a YouTube channel, like you know, like that shit takes time. It takes work. It takes hours of dedication to that one thing. So patience is definitely a good one.
And as well, I don't expect to know what you want to do, like when you're 18, 19, 20. It takes like I was 30 when I retired from boxing, I was 27, retired from boxing, and I went into the fitness industry. I didn't know that I wanted to do this. It takes time. So even now I'm 34, I'm still young. I've still got another 30 year left, you know.
Yeah, just getting started.
But thank you for the question. All right, next one.
Hello, my name's Aryan Ketarpal. My Instagram's @_AryanKetarpal_. I'm from India, and I was wondering, Tony, if you are gonna get any boxing born academies in India here, preferably somewhere near Mumbai.
It's boxing. I can't answer that.
No, great question. We would absolutely love to go to India, and we love to travel. We love to travel and teach the boxing. So wherever you are in the world, if you are serious about wanting us to come to your place, help us out. Send us an email. Try and host us, get a gym to host us, get people to come. We'll make it worth your while. But yeah, we would love to come to India. I know I've got a big following from India on my social media. So yeah, please reach out to us. Glenn, do you want to go to India?
Yeah, I'll go anywhere. I don't care, as long as I'm making a lot of money doing it.
I've been to India twice, and I love the place. Indian food's my favourite food.
Have you had Indian? Well, you've been when you were in India. Did you have like Indian food in India, like proper Indian, like homemade Indian food?
Yeah.
Did it kick ass over English Indian?
No, it didn't. I like English better.
Yeah, me too.
So here you go. Here's the next one. Thank you for your question. Right.
What were your experiences like in training in preparation for Olympic Games and being part of the GB team?
My experience was great. It was like you only had one goal. Well, you never only had one goal. You had the big goal, which was the Olympics, but then you had a lot of little goals on the way, mini goals on the way to the Olympics. So you had the multi-nations, the World Championships, and that sort of thing. So you had the little goals and the big goal. But being around the team, making some great friends that's be friends with me for the rest of my life, who's even people who's doing really well now, like David Price just won last night, James D. Gill, Billy Joe Saunders, Cal Yafai, and then Stephen Smith, Danny Price. All these boys are like, I can phone them anytime and they'll do anything for me. Same if they phone me, I'll do anything for them. So being around them day in, day out was amazing, and it was a great experience and something that I'm very, very proud of doing that. And then obviously going to the Olympics and then coming back with a medal was the best thing ever.
Hello, Tony. Have you ever tried microdosing for your trainings? If it could make your shots be more accurate or fast, or if it could have any advantage. Do you have any experience? Thank you for a perfect channel. We appreciate it.
Microdosing what though? LSD?
Honest.
Really?
This is Coach
Really?
Sigma on Instagram. Thanks for your question. I don't know what microdosing is.
Microdosing is like a super tiny, small amount of a supplement or a drug or whatever to enhance performance or concentration or whatever. It can be anything. Like microdosing magic mushrooms, LSD, microdosing. I don't know, anything you could think of, really. I think I guess that's what he's asking. Have you ever microdosed anything to enhance your performance? Legal or illegal, obviously?
No, I've never. Have you?
No.
I mean, you're into supplements and all that.
Yeah. I'm into like supplementing a lot, but as far as microdosing stuff, not necessarily. Like the only thing that I'd say I'd microdose is melatonin in Bulletproof Sleep Mode supplement. They microdose the melatonin because I don't want to get too into this shit, but like if you supplement with melatonin to sleep, it can fuck with your natural production of it. Right. So if you are going to supplement with melatonin, you would microdose it. That's one example of something that you can microdose. But yeah, as far as microdosing things for performance, whatever, or sports performance, sparring, fighting. No, I haven't, and I don't think you have, and
No.
I haven't had any conversations with anybody that has either. But I think it's probably increasing in popularity, I suppose.
Yeah. So that's the answer, mate. Sorry, I couldn't be more of a help for you.
Yeah.
I'm just looking right now, and I've got a lot more questions on here, but they're all
Text-based.
text-based. I don't want to go for them, but someone sent me this one question in a while ago. I've had it saved, so I thought I'd answer it. I haven't got his name. I've chopped his head off the thing. So, what is the most unexpected thing you have learned about being a business owner in the health and fitness industry?
Good question.
I guess at the beginning,
The most unexpected thing.
yeah, at the beginning, which might sound mad, there's a way more to owning a business in the fitness industry than just fitness. Way more. You think we first opened up a warehouse. It was an empty warehouse. We start training people in there, and all it really was training people in there.
Just fitness, yeah.
Just fitness.
And then you quickly realise this is not enough.
but then it grows, and as that grows, you need to put more money in, more time in, and working with so many people. We've got nearly 50 staff now. Well, with the Boxing Academy, we've got over 50 staff now, dealing with different personalities, getting people on the same page. There's so much that goes into business.
Yeah, and I think you kind of learn on the job a little bit about the skills of like hiring and firing and what the right decision is with like, oh, this should go here or that should go there. Should we sign this lease? Should we not sign this lease? Should we do this? Like, should we put this class on at this time? Should we have this? Price points, revenue streams. Like, there's just so much to doing it. And I hear people say like, oh, I want to start my own gym, or we've had people that have left this gym and gone, I want to go and start my own gym. And I just think that people think, going back to your original answer, oh, I can run a group class, I can do private training, I'm a good trainer, I can run my own gym. And it's like, you've probably got about, if you are a really good trainer and you are really good at leading classes, that does not mean that you can go and open your own gym and run a successful gym. You've probably got about 10% of what it takes to run a successful gym. And I think people, not that they're not honest with themselves, but they just think that that's all you need. And since the beginning of this gym starting, I've been asked that question a lot. Why don't you start your own gym? Why don't you start? I'm like, I've no interest in starting my own gym, like for many different reasons. But I've seen from day one what it's took you to build this to what it is, and the stress that's gone into it, and the time that's gone into it, and the man management and the overheads, and like there's so much to it. It's like people don't really realize what it takes to do it, and more power to people if they do want to go and do it. But as long as you're realistic with what's involved, you're gonna have a lot of long hours, a lot of long weeks and long days, and a lot of stress, and a lot of probably financial stress as well, to get it even close to where you want it to be. And I think people are somewhat like not in denial, but they'll find out as they go with it, I guess.
That's a great answer. Let me just see if this is a question here. No, it's not. Something else. Someone sent me a video. Yeah, mate. That's it. Should we wrap this up, mate?
Yeah, that was fun. So 100 episodes in, and
100-minute podcast, the longest podcast we've ever done.
Yeah, and we've probably talked about 100 different topics.
Now let's hope that this new producer's pressed record and this thing's work.
Yeah. Shit.
Because if he hasn't, he's going to get fired, and it's his first day.
Pressure's on. Are we good?
Pressure's on, Brandon.
We good?
Everything looks good right now.
Nice.
Good.
That's what
We
we
good.
want. So yeah, just massive thanks to everyone who's listened to all these episodes. If you haven't listened to any of the previous ones, have a scroll through on Spotify or iTunes, wherever you listen to your podcast. Check out each one. There's tons of good stuff to go back and listen to through the archives, and hopefully we can do another 100. I'm excited for the next 100. It's like a drink, innit? You're not going to go and do one. You're going to go out and have 100, aren't you?
Yeah, who has one drink? Who goes to the pub and has one drink?
Yeah, I'm going to get showered. This was from a Liam Gallagher interview I watched a bit ago. He goes, who goes, gets showered, gets the gear on, does the hair, gets all nice, goes down the pub, has one drink, and then goes back home. Doesn't happen, does it?
Doesn't happen.
Once you're out, you're out. You're having 100.
Or 100 with a letter U. 100.
Yeah, 100. I'm having 100.
thank you so much for listening. Thank you. It's been great. It's been great doing this podcast. I apologise we haven't been consistent with them, and I'm not gonna promise to be consistent with them again because I've stopped doing that because I've promised so many times.
Yeah.
But now we've got Brandon on board.
There's a higher chance that we'll be more consistent with them.
There's not, mate. There's not. I've
There
thought that
isn't, I
before.
see, no.
There's not.
Good point.
There's not. You're so busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy, and our schedules don't link.
Yeah.
You know, I can do them without you, but they're so boring without you, Glenn.
I know.
You know,
And we've had
the life and soul.
complaints. Like, I'm not listening to this if he's not
No,
on it.
we've actually had complaints like, why you got Glenn on? He's fucking boring. Why you get an American on? That's what they say, mate.
Yeah.
No, Brandon might be the one who fills in.
All right then. Yeah. Let's see how it goes.
Anyway, thank you for listening, and yeah, I've got nothing much to say. Leave us a review on iTunes. That'll be really good.
Yeah.
If you can do that.
Yeah. Give us some feedback. Leave us some ideas for future podcasts. We love hearing from everyone.
Yeah,
So
I'm going to the beach right now. It is 10 to 6 on a Sunday night, and I'm going to go to the
Sunset.
beach and batter some pedos. See you later. Thank you.